Hey, everybody. I hope everyone has had a fantastic Tuesday. I can't believe it's already Tuesday. The week is going by like that. And I've actually got a client in a half an hour, but I thought I would hop on here and just share a little bit of what I'm noticing about people. I'm noticing it with clients, and I'm also noticing it in casual interactions. If you hear bells and chimes and doors kind of rattling, we are having a windstorm event after our hurricane event that came in from a hurricane in Arizona. Go figure. They threatened us with some tornadoes, and I was like, oh, hell, no. I didn't come here for tornadoes. Thank you. I left that in Oklahoma. I don't want to see any more tornadoes ever. So anyway, I'm on here. Thanks again, guys. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a holistic practitioner now over 20 plus years. I'm always very transparent about my life and sharing what's happened and the lessons that I've learned because, to be a holistic practitioner, it's not about being perfect. It's about being transparent because if you're on this planet, you are learning. You are learning every bit as much as everybody else is, whether you're a talented healer, and people just basically call me a unicorn because they're just like, you're amazing how you do your work and how you affect people and the results that you get. And I love what I do. And healing is definitely changing. It's really changing. But I just wanted to comment here. Oh, entertainment purposes only, because Tiki Talk doesn't believe in professionals that are not, in the system. So anyway, entertainment purposes only. I would say, okay, so what am I noticing with clients and with people? Guys, if you're mad about something in your life, okay, if you're mad about something in your life, this is a little serious. I'm going to stop giggling. If you're mad, you fear something. And if you fear something, you're in a very low frequency. And the more you fear it, the more you're angry at it, the more you keep bringing around the same lessons over and over and over again that are in different packages, sometimes not recognizing because you're way too in anger, which is actually fear. And you can't attract the positive, good things that you want in your life if you're angry. And it was interesting. I've seen it with a bunch of people, like having casual conversation and realizing how angry they are about specific topics. I was actually kind of gobsmacked a few times in the past 48 hours. And it was a lesson for me because, I just got out of an extremely difficult situation that lasted years. And I had already been, prior to that, in an extremely difficult situation that lasted double the time. And I realized in the second round, I repeated it, but in a much harsher way. And I was like, okay, I still must have something in me that attracted it this way for a second time, and for it to be a stronger lesson the second time is pretty bad. And that means, the universe is slapping me with a 2x4 to the head to say, hey, you're not learning it. You got to learn it in order for it to transform and then have exactly what you want in life. So I've really been focusing on my subconscious, how I feel about things, how I feel about my triggers. And right now, with the full moons and all the energy hitting the planet, we're all getting triggered to our deepest lessons. So if you learn the lesson, it won't come back around again. It may present in different ways to kind of like poke you to say, have you really learned? Have you really learned? Do you really know that you learned? And if you haven't learned it, you're going to fall in the trap. And so, like, life is like a spiral, and you want to spiral up, spiral up. And every time you sink into fear or anger or indignation or anything negative, negative behaviors, negative feelings, negative actions, you fall into a trap door that takes you down the spiral. Don't want to do that. And you've really got to focus on, why am I feeling what I'm feeling? What am I angry about? Because if you're angry about anything, if you're fearful about anything, the two go hand in hand. You will never, ever attract what it is that you want. Ever, ever, ever. The more you rant and the more you rave about the injustices or what you're looking for or what you're unhappy with, you will never find it. You will never find it. It'll never find you. You're not supposed to go looking for stuff. You aren't supposed to be hunting for stuff or trying to attract it to you. You are supposed to be the frequency you want to be. So if you want to be the frequency of health, you've got to be the frequency of health. If you want to be the frequency of wealth, then you have to be the frequency of wealth. If you want to be the frequency of peace, you have to be peace. You have to be it. Every single thing that you want, you must be the frequency, because if you're not, you're going to attract it, A, in either the wrong way, or B, the polar opposite. Now, if you need help with this, that's what I'm working on it myself, but I'm walking the talk. And life just keeps getting better and better over the past year. It just keeps spiraling up for me. A couple of times there's been a few traps, and I have successfully stepped sideways from the traps. I get asked all the time, are you dating? Are you dating? Are you dating? No, I am not dating. I am not on dating apps. When people approach me on TikTok or on Facebook or Instagram, I'm like, no. I usually delete and send it to trash. I am not interested. I want to build my career. I had wanted to build a life twice. And twice I had a very hard lesson to learn, and my life went into the toilet. And now that I'm focused on my health, my peace, my joy, my abundance, my healthy relationships, my good friends are back, my visitors are back. I'm visiting people, they're visiting me. I mean, I have invitations out the yinnus yangus. And everything had dried up. It was so sad. So the first time, in my first divorce, my ex actually said to me, oh, we stopped getting invited to parties because of you. You're too intense. Your profession is weird. You get so intense about health. And I'm like, I didn't pick that up. What, really? And I got really sad. And there were a few other people that I told this story to. And one of those people used that against me a second time. And so the first time, I get out of my first marriage. And then 6 months to a year later, all the old friends started calling me and saying, how are you doing? We wanted to check on you. We didn't want to bother you too soon after it because we could tell, you went home, this, that, you were living with your parents. And I said, well, and I'm transparent. I will ask questions. And I said, he said that we stopped getting invited because of me. Did I put you guys off? Am I too intense about my work? I didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry if I made any of you or your guests uncomfortable at parties. And so it was 5 different people. They called me. And then we started this conversation because I wanted to clear the air. And all 5 of them said, is that what he told you? I said, yeah. And that's why I didn't call you guys, because I was embarrassed. And then all 5 said, Gabby, we stopped inviting you because of him, not because of you, because he was arrogant. He was, angry about a lot in his life. And we didn't want to be around that. And we just felt sorry that we couldn't invite you, because he goes, you're just a big ball of light. Yes, you get intense about things, but you're charming and you smile and, you're very confident about your work, but you have every right to be. You've proven yourself over and over again. That tactic was used on me again by somebody that knew. And again, I found out the same thing. My friends basically contacted me and said they weren't visiting because of the negativity. Sorry, Bo saying the UPS person is here. With that said, remember, you have to clear things. Can't be angry. If you need help, want someone who walks the talk, connectedenergyhealing.com is where you go to make an appointment and watch everything shift. It's so important. and that subconscious can be real tricky.